Hi guys, I'm Brenda.
And I'm Laura, and this is How We Talk Podcast. And here we have Fiddy and Mr. Izzy.
How's it going, guys?
Take it away, boys.
Okay, are you guys interviewing us this
I'm
time?
going to interview you guys
Oh,
this
okay.
time.
Is that how it works?
I think we're going to...
There's a new episode, new style?
New
This is
style
a new style.
episode.
All right.
I mean, this is the second time I do it, so I think I
Right,
can...
you're a veteran. You're
I'm a veteran
actually...
now.
You are a veteran.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, she's like a guest of the year.
Guest of honor.
She's
guest
actually
of
the
honor.
first person who's been on here twice.
She is.
Wow.
First person
And the
of-
first female.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's right.
Laura,
There you go.
you're
Yeah.
doing things.
You're welcome.
Nice. Well, it's good to have you guys here. We're pretty much fresh right off of this truck show.
Yeah.
Truckers Wanted, Truck
Still
Show, and Job
freshly
Fair.
red and
You're-
lobster.
Lobster Red. What
Yeah.
is it that you said you were? Flounder or what?
Um,
What is it from the Mermaid?
Sebastian.
Oh,
the mermaid.
And here's my, and
Sebastian.
here's my little mermaid right
And
here
the
to
mermaid
side
right
of-
here.
From the mermaid, this guy.
I don't know that stuff, man. I
Just
watched The Lion King. I cried on The Lion King.
Did you?
Yeah, I went on a date because
With Lily?
no. Don't tell her though, okay? Because
You took
She's not
Vincent.
Oh,
going to see this.
no, she'll watch the show.
She don't watch it. She don't watch
She'll
it.
watch the show. No, but so my sister was going out with some dude. He'll remain nameless just for
What sister?
she'll
she'll remain nameless.
Okay. So, well, she's older than me, all right? But she wasn't able to go out. I mean, you guys probably know, but she wasn't able to go out on her own.
Unless you had your little sister.
your little sister or your little brother
Yeah.
with you,
Yeah,
right?
old
I was
school.
a little brother,
Old
right?
school.
Old school. Excuse me. That's the truck show right there.
The
So,
dust.
all the
I know.
dust
I
and
still have the
everything
dust
kicking
probably in my nose still,
Yeah.
too.
in.
It's okay. You got to blow your nose.
Yeah,
That's usually what it works.
we'll do it off the air.
Okay.
So what happens, right? I have to go over there. So homeboy's like, "Wow, three's a crowd. Let me bring my little sister." All right, cool. She's about a year younger than me, and keep in mind I'm 15. I think when The Lion King came out, so she's 14. I mean, nothing's gonna happen, right? We're just little kids, and we're there. We're watching the movie, and I'm like, so I mean, it's a double date, but not really, right? So I'm into the movie. When I watch movies, I'm into movies. So I'm watching the movie, and sure as fuck, what happens when Simba's dad, what's his name, Mustafa?
Mustafa. And Scar kills him.
When Mustafa dies,
Yeah.
dude, bawling,
She's on
start
top.
She's
crying.
on it.
I
She's on
was
her Lion King game.
crying, dude. I was on her shoulder crying, and she was like, "Hey, it's okay, me. What's
What
okay?"
a was.
Yeah,
Whoa,
dude,
was-
crying.
Did you see Coco? I cried.
Dude, so did
cried,
I.
Yeah.
cried.
So
I
did
have not
I
seen
cried.
Coco yet.
You haven't seen Coco?
I think I've seen
Oh.
parts of it,
I've seen
but I
Coco.
haven't seen
Finally,
like
I've
the
seen
sad
Coco.
When the
parts.
abuelita dies. Oh my
Yeah.
God, it's
You know,
so sad.
my grandpa passed away, I think within the year, maybe a year later, but we took my mom and our whole family to go see it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that
My
was...
mom bawled, and I was like,
This was probably not the
I
right
turned on the
idea.
waterworks, and then I saw my mom. I was like, oh.
That's sad. That's why I don't understand why all Disney movies have to have something sad, like
Some tragic
Bambi.
yeah.
which I've never seen Bambi before, but I just hear about it.
Spoiler alert.
I know.
Was
His
that
mom
Bambi
gets shot.
died. The mom gets shot.
Oh,
was,
was that like one of the first ones that had one of the that made you cry? Because maybe Dumbo was before that, but Dumbo
You know, I've
nobody
never
What,
seen
Dumbo
them.
made
nobody
you cry?
nobody cried in Dumbo.
Oh, no.
Nobody cried in
He
Dumbo,
got
right?
drunk.
Right. That was a fun one. The crows and everything, right?
Yeah.
But believe it or not,
The
I've never seen
psychedelics.
Dumbo either.
You've never
I
seen
haven't
Dumbo?
seen
You've
Bambi
never
or
seen Dumbo?
You've been deprived of your childhood.
Probably. But I mean, Aladdin was my favorite.
Aladdin
You know
was
what,
my
though?
favorite.
Aladdin.
You know which one I was afraid of, and I was never wanted to see it again? E.T. Scared the living crap out of me.
Really?
Yeah.
E.T.
I don't know
A
why.
young
The
Drew
finger. It's the
Barrymore,
skinny
huh?
I
finger.
don't know.
No,
it
it's
just
the
freaked me out.
It's the white when like new caca, dog caca turns white.
Yeah.
That's what he looked like.
Oh.
Remember when he turned white?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of.
Oh man.
I actually watched it in a drive-in movie.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's even
What?
worse. Like
Yeah, it
he
was
comes
so
to the
crazy.
window
Yeah,
and knocks on
exactly.
your window.
No. That
Yeah,
was,
then it's a thriller.
Hold
then
on.
it becomes something scary.
When you went to the drive-in, was it a station wagon?
I don't even remember. It was
That would've
probably,
been-
you know what? It was
Are
a
you trying
Pinto.
to? Are you trying to age
Yeah.
her? He's trying to
Totally
age you
dating me right now. Yes, I'm older
Pinto.
than all of you
A
guys
A
combined.
Pinto, huh?
Ford
A
Pinto, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
Baby blue one.
Little
Nice.
little
Jeez.
frijol in the wheels, man. Nice. That's cool.
It's horrible.
So what are we here for today?
We're here to talk about.
And who's that?
That's Brenda. That's Troquera B right
Troquera
there.
B. What's up? How we doing?
Good. How are you guys doing
Everything's
today?
good right here.
freshly burnt. But
Yeah?
we good.
How was the show? What was your experience? How was your
Honestly, it wasn't what I expected. Like, I met so many people who follow me on Instagram, and they're like, "Oh my God, you're Troquera B," and I'm just like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
It was kind of creepy, but it's cool. Like, people were just coming up to me like, "Oh my God, oh my God," and it's just not what I'm used to. But it shows how much social media is out there.
Is this the first time that you've been out there since your page, your Instagram went crazy? Like, it just took off? Is this the first time that you were out there with with the crowd?
Yeah, this is the first time that I've came out and like met people who follow me.
Nice.
Yeah. It was really, it was cool, but it was kind of like, whoa, a little too much. But
So Laura helped you pop your cherry.
yeah, she did.
Your Insta cherry.
That's what I'm
Insta
here for.
cherry.
Well, I mean,
When
you know
is
me.
ours?
I'm not an Instagram person,
Right.
Because I'm old.
Yeah.
Obviously.
No.
But
Ford Pinto.
I never, Ford Pinto. But I never, me. It's very hard for me to get into social media because I'm so busy. But I heard about Brenda through another truck driver, and basically her story about her and her mom, and so I just offered her, to do an article about her lifestyle and how she's a truck driver and what she's doing to help her mom out. And she'll tell you the story about what she's going through, and but I didn't know she had a bunch of followers. I mean, I'm just like not.
Yeah.
I'm not very.
You're not hip to
I'm
the
not
know.
hip to
You're not that savvy,
that-
that tech savvy.
Yeah, I'm not tech savvy.
Yeah.
I mean, I was trying to figure out how I change my
Your keyboard.
my keyboard. I couldn't figure it out.
Hey, we're right there with you. We struggle with it all the time. Every time we go live, we're just like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
what is
that
this
was
thing?
He
do
calls
here?
he calls it the Facebook.
The Facebook. Well, I mean, I don't know.
Instagram. I think that's what it is.
I mean, I didn't know what a podcast was when you first hit me up. So
There you go.
goes
Thank
to
you.
show
You're welcome, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So Brenda, now, how did everything get started as far as with your? Well, actually, let's start with this.
Okay.
You're a truck driver,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
You're from Colorado,
Yeah.
and you drive a cement truck,
I
mixer?
drive everything.
or you just drive everything.
I drive side dumps, end dumps, belly dumps, cement trucks.
Okay.
I
I
drive
don't know
literally
what any of that
everything.
is.
So basically, each trailer dumps a different way. A side dump dumps from the side. An end dump goes up. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
But they all basically, the only thing that doesn't haul gravel is a flatbed because you put everything on top.
Right.
But I basically work in the gravel industry.
Okay.
So
You should have learned this today at our truck show.
There was beautiful trucks. Beautiful trucks.
We needed to give
yeah,
you
but
a
none of
101.
those trucks get dirty though.
No.
And they're
Well,
all-
actually,
A lot of those guys are actually
was
operate
it-
those trucks, right?
Arroyo,
Those-
who
yeah.
used to be, who used to be Aussies, and now Josh Arroyo now started his own company, the little blue dump truck. I mean, he's a dump truck, right?
I didn't.
Yeah, it's a blue one.
Oh.
They haul gravel. 'Cause
Oh, he came up to me today. He goes, "Look, we're related," and he has the same last name
there
as
you
me.
go. His name's Arroyo. There you go.
Nice.
I always thought he was like 15 years old. I remember like 2 years ago he came into the show and the guy that helps us park the car, he's like, that child cannot drive away in that truck. I don't know who gave him permission to
Yeah,
drive
young
the
skinny
truck.
dude.
Yeah, little young guy.
Okay.
You know,
That's all.
love him, Josh. But I said, if he came with it, he can leave without it. He can leave with it. I said,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
really care. But he's actually 23 years old. You
Yeah,
know,
that's
24
cool.
now, I think. Yeah.
That's still young. That's
It is
It's young.
cool. Yeah.
But he's he's an entrepreneur. He's got his own company.
That's good. Good for him.
That's
Yeah.
good.
That's the way to
That's
do it,
good.
right? That's the dream.
Yeah. That's a dream. So we got to teach you 101 on trucking. This was just...
For you know what? Wait. You know what I just learned? That my driver's license is a
Has-
C for child. And y'all's is A
Everybody else,
for adults,
they all have
right?
an A for
There
adult.
you go.
That sucks.
There you go. And B
Uh,
would be
beep.
for what? The guys who drive the medium duty trucks would not be very happy with you who do that.
Hey, it's all right.
Kidding.
Follow us on. My name is Izzy on How We Talk Podcast. And anyways,
So yeah.
so Brenda, how is it that you got into the trucking, and how long have you been doing this for?
I've been doing it going on 3 years. No,
3.
4 years actually. Going
Four.
on 4 this year.
Okay.
It's so crazy. Like when just one day I was like, "Mom, I want to drive," and she was like, "My mom's always supported me." Now my stepdad was like, "No." My dad, it's crazy.
Is he old school?
Yeah.
Like the machismo old school?
And it's crazy because when I got my license, he wouldn't give me a job.
Oh wow.
He wouldn't give me a job, and I was
He's
like,
a driver?
"Okay." Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And now it's like, now I work with my dad, and everybody's like, oh, like in Colorado, I'm very well known. Like everybody's like, oh my God, that's Brenda. That's Brenda. Everybody knows me. And my dad, it's funny now, he's like, everywhere I go, all I hear is about you. Like, I'm so sick of it. But it's just something I've always wanted to do. But when my daughter came along, I was like, I'm going to do it. Like, it's time to be a mom and, you know, do what you got to do. Because I'm a single mom of a little girl.
Oh,
so
congratulations.
I've done it.
It's hard.
It is hard, but you know what? It's worth it.
Yeah.
It's worth it. But yeah, it's just something I've always wanted to do, and my mom's always pushed me to do it. And she's like, if that's what you want to do, échale ganas.
That's good.
So yeah.
You got a lot of support right there with your mom,
Oh yeah.
huh?
She's my best friend.
That's good.
What were you doing before?
I worked with the elderly.
Oh, okay.
I worked in like nursing homes and stuff like that. And it's crazy because like I see old people and I'm like, oh, they're so cute. I miss working with them. But I'm now actually doing what I love. Yeah. Which is driving trucks.
That's your passion.
Mm-hmm. And when she stops driving trucks, then maybe she can take care of you guys when you guys are
now we're elderly now. I have a few friends that work with the elderly.
It's hard. Like my thing with that was I got too attached to them, and then when they passed away, I was like crying. And then being pregnant, my mom was like, "Okay, you need to find something else to do," because I'd be like, "Mom, he died today."
Yeah, that's I ask them that all the time. Like, that sucks because you're attached, and then they pass away, and then on to the next, I guess.
Yeah, that's how it is. Yeah, professionalism, though. You know, you got to keep it a little professional.
Shout out, Vanessa, Steph, Monique.
Now, let me ask you, your stepdad, your stepfather.
Yeah.
Has he changed his opinion as far as like the female truckers kind of thing?
Well, you know what's crazy is I went to work with him for the first time last week, and he was like, oh my God. Like everybody was like shocked because he didn't think I could do it. Yeah. And I understand he just wants like me to be like a nurse or something small, you know, but he was really impressed. He was like, wow. And then he sent me training with his friend, and his friend's like, dude, your daughter can drive. Awesome. Like, yeah. So now he's like, he's just gone along with it. He supports it 100%. Nice. So now he's just like, okay, we got to get your truck now. And I'm like, yeah. Yeah. But family first.
There's a lot of female truckers, I'm sure, out in your guys' industry. Mm-hmm. Do you feel that you could be one of the, I would say, like a leader, but someone that everybody could look up to and follow? I mean, just because of your fame right now that you're kind of growing, it's growing.
Honestly, yeah, because like I said, I'm a single mom. Mm-hmm. I don't depend on child support. I don't depend on none of that. Like I've done it I can honestly say I've done it myself. Mm-hmm. And I just feel like a lot of girls are intimidated because it's a man's world. Yeah. But you know what? You can do anything a man can do. Right. That's the way I look at it. You know, like when I first started, I was scared. I was like, oh my God, these guys are going to be so mean to me. These guys are going to treat me like crap. But you'd be surprised. Like you just being in that truck alone is very impressive to a man. They're like, whoa. Like when I get out of a truck, they're like, what the heck? Yeah. I've got pulled over because cops don't think I'm like a real driver. Like they check my paperwork and everything. But I just feel like a lot of women don't give themselves enough credit. And I feel like a lot of people do look up to me. Like I've had people write me and say, like, what pushed you to do it? What pushed me to do it is because I have a child and I have a mom. You know, like there's another story with my mom, but a lot of girls, like, you can do anything. Like, as long as you set your mind to it, échale ganas, like, you can do it. Right, yeah. You know, like, it just takes a little hard work. Yeah, maybe, like, for me, when I chain, like, I have to chain in the winter. And, yeah, it's harder for me because I'm shorter, I'm smaller. But, shoot, you could do anything a man could do. I've had guys ask me to chain their trucks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. It's probably intimidating, too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, to some guys, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Have you gotten any... like setbacks from some guys, like you just kind of give you the cold sugar, like those machismo, the old school guys mentality that they just don't want to have that.
Mm-hmm. I had a guy tell me one time, he's like, las mujeres deben de estar en la casa haciendo tortillas. Wow. In other words, women should be at home. In other words, women should be at home making tortillas. Yeah. And I was like, really? I'm like, then why isn't your wife there? Because obviously she still works. Yeah. Wow. You know, like I have a big mouth and I don't let myself. At first I'd be like, whatever, and it would hurt my feelings. But now you have to have tough skin in this industry because guys will say the most messed up things and make up the biggest rumors.
You know, unfortunately, I think females have to have tough skin in any industry. Mm-hmm. And that's what sucks. You know what I mean? But I get you.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, just like Laura here. I mean,
that's what I was just about to say. Yeah.
She's the mom of everybody, though. She like
when we had her on her show, and she was talking about like how tough it is, and then I saw her in action today. I was like, dang.
Yeah. No bullshit, right?
Right.
No
It's
bullshit
just.
here. It's my.
But at the same time, I saw that respect that you were talking about, where everybody was like, Laura, Laura, Laura. I went to help her out, and everybody was like, Laura, Laura, Laura. Like everybody knew her, respected her, and loved her. You know what I mean?
But you know, when you work with Laura, and I've been doing it, what, 12 years already?
12 years.
12 years, once
12
a year, 12 years.
Once a year, yeah.
But you see her in action, and you see the way that how she operates and how she holds herself, and it motivates you to do it. So like when
I thought I had a face like of agony the whole entire day.
No,
a boiling lobster.
But I see her when there's a call a call that comes in, right? Hey, we have something going on over here at the gate, and then she's like, man, I gotta go take care of this. I'm like, no, you sit down, I'll do it, because it motivates me to go over there and pump my chest.
Yeah, when somebody that was me pressing the button. Fit down. Can you go here? Izzy, can you go here?
Yeah.
Rudy, can you go here?
But it's cool though, because it does motivate you, even not just for women, but you motivate people
in general.
You know what I mean? The way that you move, the way you operate, the way you hold yourself.
I used to be one of those that I wanted to do everything. You know what I mean? But
that's
after
tough.
It's tough. But after like having a company for so long and doing this, you have to learn how to let go and delegate. That's the word that my father used to always teach me. Delegate your work.
Especially if you're the boss.
Yeah, but I mean, being hands-on, and especially in the truck show, you got to go and visit your exhibitors. You got to make sure that everything's good, and how they're doing, and get their feedback too. And then the truck drivers, I got to listen to them too.
Yeah.
And I have, I appreciate that they have a lot of at least I think they have respect for me, but
they do.
No, but
She's
but
the
they're
mama
really
of everybody.
the mama bear.
Yeah.
They protect you. They you can't say anything bad about. Not that we would say anything bad about Laura, or I've never heard anybody say, but
or just not on
you
the
just
mic.
know. You just know that if anybody was to say something, they all will just got your back.
Oh yeah,
you
for
can
sure.
tell right away.
Yeah, and if somebody says something bad, then it doesn't go very well for them after. I'm kidding. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it's very humbling to know that a lot of people, respect me that way.
Yeah.
That's cool.
The mama bear.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Mama bear. Yeah.
So you flew out here.
Yeah.
Just for the show.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. I didn't. Well, we were talking off air, but I didn't know that you. I thought you stayed out here, but Denver.
Mm-hmm.
Denver. Do you travel? Do you truck outside of Denver?
No.
Or is it all local?
It's all local work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right on. That's crazy.
What's that now?
Just trucking in general.
Oh, it is.
I my mind was so blown today, just because. Well, I'm sure that they're all in operation, right? The majority
all
of those
the trucks are all those trucks work. I mean, we had two from Las Vegas. I mean, the orange truck that actually won today, which I didn't even know. I went up to him, the orange truck, Richie's from SoCal. I said, so what did you win? He's like, don't you see my trophies on the hood? I was like, oh, damn, you won People's Choice and Best in Show.
Yeah.
Nice.
It will show you how much I pay attention to him. No, because I'm running around like crazy. But, I mean, all those trucks work. And they're harbor haulers. They actually are in the harbor pulling containers.
Wow.
So, much respect for all of them and for everybody who, everybody works there. I mean, works their trucks, all of them.
Yeah.
I think all of them did, huh? Yeah, all of them did.
Yeah. Now,
that's good.
Brenda, do you have any idea? Are you getting the ideas of fixing up your truck? Because I mean, the truck is probably owned by the company that you work for, right?
The side dump that I was working, it was owned by somebody, but now the concrete trucks are my parents.
Oh, okay.
But my goal is to buy my own truck and get it all girly, something nobody expects. But I want to do my own truck. It's just right now there's a bump in the road that I got to take care of.
Yeah.
You'll get over it. They're just bumps. Today I learned the difference between owner operator
and a driver.
Mm-hmm. Right. You guys were kind of explaining it to me. I didn't know. I didn't know the difference. I just figured everybody.
She would be an owner operator. Well,
with my parents,
with your parents.
But I'd be a driver with the guy that I was driving with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, if you own your own truck and you drive it, you're an owner-operator. Yeah. If you're driving somebody else's truck, then you're a driver.
So, owner-operators, they're kind of like contracted?
Yes, they would be contracted out. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, like your FedEx trucks who pull, who haul, those are drivers for FedEx trucks because FedEx owns the trucks.
Right.
So then, and like these guys, SoCal, from like Richie, that's his truck, and
Ruben, the red truck.
Yeah, they all.
Yeah.
And Ruben, that red, is it a Kenworth? Peterbilt. He's going to kill me.
I talked to him today. He's like, I didn't win anything.
I just pictured the duck. He didn't win?
No, he said something like, what about for the reddish truck?
That's so funny. I didn't even know who won, to be honest with you. I think I stepped away.
What was in the red envelopes?
Oh, and the red envelopes were the plaque. It was an aluminum plaque, and it had engraved in there a participant trophy, a participant show and shine, and it has a logo of a truck in there, and and a thanks to the participants. Kind of heavy, huh? They were heavy, huh?
Yeah, my arm hurts.
Those are nice, but they're not like the trophies to win, So
no, I mean, the thing is, you go to any other truck shows, and if you don't win a trophy, you don't win a trophy. You walk away. But I like for all my truck drivers, that go there to feel special.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it doesn't take it takes time to polish those trucks and wash them. These guys were last night, since 2 nights ago. They've been polishing. You can see them on Instagram. They're just polishing away, and for their hard work just to not be recognized. I just don't like that. So even if they have a participant trophy, a participant plaque, that's
Let's see, the reason why I said that was because I'm old school, and when it comes to sports,
if you don't win, you don't win.
If you don't win, you don't win. And so when I get participation trophies and medals, I'd say thanks, and because you don't want to be rude with the kids, right? Because the kids all like it. I don't like it. I don't think kids should have that.
But don't let them know that.
Yeah, I put it in my pocket, and then when I'm done, it's somewhere over there in the house. I don't know. But to me, it's like participation, But that's sports, right? And I understand now that you explain it to me. I do understand, because they do work hard, and you could tell they work hard. All the grease and elbow that they put into shining up those cars, just like you said. For them to get something like a plaque. I mean, is that something that you seen other shows do, or is that something that you started on your own?
No, I've always done it. Yeah, I've always done it.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, thanks to also, I want to give a big props to our sponsors who were very generous. Zephyr Products, they were giving out product to all the show and shine participants. The gold standard gold standard polishing. They were together with Golden State Foods, the McDonald's trucks. They were actually feeding everybody. They were doing a big grill. I don't know if you noticed it. Mm-hmm. They were feeding everybody, all the guys, the participant guys. And then we had 909 Custom Rigs, David. He gave out the baseball caps to all the drivers. And, they came in their pack. And then we had Hunter Tires. That was at the end. He sponsored a lot. He basically sponsored all the trophies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, all the plaques. You can see their logos on them. He did all that. And then we had Toro Towing, who doesn't go to our show, but he's always helped me out a lot. I don't know if you noticed the coolers, the red coolers that were being given out to the truck drivers that were coming in. He sponsored all that, and he did the VIP cards that we mail out. He's helped me out a lot. So those are... long time ago, a few years ago, Toro used to be there. How come they're not there anymore? Actually, he got too big. He's got back then he only had maybe 1 or 2 tow trucks. I think he's up to like 13 or 15 now. So they're always on call. There's always an accident out there. So it's very hard for him to pull out a truck.
Okay.
Plus, I told him I can't fit his tow truck anymore because all these guys are always there.
That thing took up a lot of space.
It took up a lot of space because this time we had 45 trucks, around 45.
Yeah.
I haven't done the tallying up.
There was a lot of trucks out there.
There was a lot of trucks.
Some that even couldn't get in, but that's another story.
Well, unfortunately, we pre-registered a lot of these drivers, and so we had already 45 trucks registered.
Yeah.
By 9:40, I saw that there was 4 trucks that had came in, and they were on standby, and we basically told them that if we, by 9:50, if we saw that, those guys that were pre-registered did not come in, then we'll let them in.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what happened. And I think a truck that was pre-registered, I think he showed up about 1:30, but unfortunately, the gates were closed.
Those 4 that showed up, they were just on standby. They weren't even on standby. Oh, okay.
They were on standby.
They just got lucky that other people.
They got lucky that 4 didn't show, but we had 45 exactly. Unfortunately, we can't let trucks in. After the gates.
Right, it's just too dangerous. You got a lot of kids and all the pedestrians and everything.
Yeah, and the fire inspector won't allow that.
Right.
So, and his fire inspector was there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you didn't see him, but he's sneaky. Comes around. No kidding, Mr. Ruben. He's a great guy, but yeah, so that's what happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, unfortunately, that's all we can fit. I mean, maybe I can get a bigger spot. I'm trying to look into.
Yeah, you mentioned that
side.
at the show that you're trying to get an off on a different site.
Hopefully, I'm gonna talk to the park and see what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's cool.
we'll see.
Yeah.
But if that's the case and we get a bigger spot and we get more trucks, definitely we'll have to do the show and shine trophies after we give out the raffle, the 1,500.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll keep the guys there until we finish our ceremony.
Yeah.
With them. So yeah, we're gonna do that.
Yeah.
But I'm glad it's over.
On to the next, right?
Yeah.
It was a long day.
So is that something that you might get into maybe next time for the
maybe I
for
can
the next
hand it
show?
over to her.
Maybe,
Oh, you're gonna take over? Yeah.
Maybe, but she set the bar pretty high. So
Yeah, she does, dude.
I'll hand it to her.
What did you guys think of the new co-MC today? Paola.
At first she was a little rusty, but then she
started getting it, right?
started
She was
getting
really.
it.
I was talking to her after.
And
at
she
the end
told
of the
me
show.
she was nervous at
really
first.
excited.
Yeah.
At the end of the show, though, she was like super pumped, and she's like,
yeah.
She goes, I hope she asked me to do this next year. I'm like, you know what? You did really good, and you picked it up. I go, I think,
Yeah. No.
You'll
And
work
then you know
something
what?
out.
If I would have had, now that she knows how it runs, I could understand that it was like her first time, and she's like, what do I do?
Right.
But now I think that if we give her a proper list and it's just that sometimes we have exhibitors bring in like gifts. Oh, can you give this away for me in my name? So it's, you have to keep track of everything, and you have to continue. But
for being her first time and then just kind of getting forced to it, like they say, al chile.
From 10:30 last night.
There you
basically.
go. Just here you go. You're doing it, and she did
Al chile?
Al chile.
Al chile, like
Just
at the
boom
moment.
like this.
Yeah, because
You'll get it, Israel, bro. You'll get it. Bro.
My
Okay.
Spanish
You'll get there.
is super rusty.
we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to do how we talk
Spanish?
101 for you.
Yeah.
A 101 for you.
Because we are gonna do eventually. We're gonna do some Spanish. Spanish only.
Oh really?
Yeah, podcast. Yeah.
Then how are you gonna get this one?
This
I'm
guy-
gonna
He's gonna have
be-
like a deer on headlights.
I'm gonna be
face.
like,
Look.
Ask her this. Ask him
He'll
this.
be the translator. He's gonna have.
¿Cómo se dice?
Brenda, what was that app that you were talking about? He's
Translate.
gonna have
Yeah,
the
the
Google
translation
Translate.
app.
and it actually talks to you too. It's
Oh, see, there you
so
go.
weird. Yeah.
He's
So
just-
then I'll just put it up to the
he'll
mic
just
and
hold it
let
up there and-
for
But
me.
it's like proper Spanish.
Hey.
Like, you know, you say
Oh, yeah.
Oh, like
"Pastor,"
the
and it says,
castellano, like the
Huh?
castellano
You have
Spanish.
to do. You have to have proper Spanish. People just.
No.
I see how people who speak Spanish, like from Mexico and everything, how they text. I'm like, where the
Yeah.
hell do they learn that?
Were
The
they
K and
they
the-
texting you on the WhatsApp?
What's
No.
up?
WhatsApp.
What's
But
up?
no, just the way they spell, you know what I mean? They don't use the C, now they use a K, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Oh, and
proper
they do
Spanish.
haha,
You
they're
know
like
what?
Yeah.
Ja,
J-A-J.
ja, ja. I just
Yeah.
got
Ja ja
the
ja.
other day.
Oh, I use the ja ja ja, bro. When I speak, when I'm texting
Because
in
in
Spanish,
Spanish is ha ha
it's ha ha ha
ha.
with the J.
You know what my theory is? If I get lost in Mexico, I know enough to keep me fed.
Tacos?
Siri.
Tacos.
Siri. Whoa.
Siri
I know
said-
enough to keep me fed.
Tacos, horchata.
Tacos, horchata,
There you
cerveza,
go.
Burritos.
And that's it.
All that. So I'm
Caesar
good.
salad.
Caesar.
I should have kept that translation in Chinese right now, but I'm going to have to drop it. I'm going to have to.
You can react.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna have
You
to
know what you
redo it.
need to do is get an iPhone.
No, I
I'm
refuse,
sorry.
and I refuse to
Really?
get an iPhone.
Come over
I
to the
love
dark side.
iPhone.
No, I
it's
cannot.
not the dark side. It's the right side.
It's the
No,
right side.
no.
Hey, once you go Mac, you never go back.
That's
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, but
That's
your pictures suck. That's
Oh,
it.
not on the X girl.
And everybody knows that. iPhone pictures suck.
Have you seen the X ones though?
No,
Girl,
no. I
they-
just
let me
can't
tell
deal
you.
with it. The
Hey,
they're gonna do this.
My selfies are lit.
They're lit.
Nobody says lit anymore.
I know. Oh man.
He was just
I
getting,
just got
he just
into
started
it.
using it, and he was just getting used to it. Like, oh, I'm gonna start saying lit because the kids say it, So what are
Nobody
they?
says that
So what are they
anymore.
saying now?
They just say that shit's hot.
Oh yeah.
That's
Well,
what we
my
used to
selfies
say
are
back in
kinda
the
hot.
day.
Or
You know
how
what?
let me say, or how the SoCal boys say, they go, that shit's super cocky. That's,
You know that's right.
I've
have
never
you
heard
ever
that.
heard that?
Never heard
Oh
that.
my
Heard that
god!
one.
So
Wait, wait, wait.
let me tell you a funny story. So the Colorado guys now, they're like, they'll see a big rig, damn fool, that shit's looking cocky. I'm like, that's so lame. Like
Cocky.
you hear them on the CV and they're like, that. Did you see that cocky ass rig? And I'm like, yeah, there's too many California guys coming to Colorado. That's enough. Y'all need to
Cocky, that's
stay over
new.
there.
That's new to me. I never.
I
even
guess
heard
I
of
am
it.
old
Never
because I
heard
would be like, dang, that's a really nice truck.
That's me too.
I will
Yeah,
show
yeah.
you Instagram posts. The guys
Yeah.
are like, "That's super cocky. Did you see that cocky ass rig?" And I'm like, "Who
Cocky.
said that?" Like,
But
You know-
do you know what cocky means?
Yeah,
cocky
that-
means you're
that's,
stuck
that's
up.
arrogant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
but that's what they say now. Like, I've heard it from one driver that lives over here in California,
Yeah.
which we won't say his name, but he
You
took
could say
that.
his name.
He's not
He-
listening.
say-
He ain't
He,
listening.
he took that to Colorado, and now like all the guys on like Instagram, Snapchat,
Whoa,
oh, that's
that's
super
weird to me.
cocky. I'm like,
You know,
"Ugh."
growing up when I was younger, not as young as you, but when I was younger, we used to say fresh.
That was fresh.
Fresh.
That's
yeah,
fresh.
yeah.
That's fresh.
That's
fresh.
fresh.
Fresh. That's a good word.
That was
Right?
That's
sweet.
dope.
Sweet, fresh.
That was sweet.
You don't know anything
Sweet.
about that, huh?
I don't
Dope.
know anything
Brenda.
about- What? Oh, how old is she?
Look,
We'll get
you
her
need
out.
to do this. You
Get
need
her
to
out.
start using fresh.
Okay,
Yeah.
instead
Okay.
of cocky.
No more super
Sweet.
cocky. Start using fresh.
Oh, I don't use super cocky.
Okay.
Trust me.
Cocky is just weird. That's
That's
just weird.
weird.
You
Yeah.
guys have seriously never heard that?
I never
No.
heard it.
California
No, but you know
guys
what?
say it so much.
There's always a California thing and then a Denver or Colorado thing. It's all it might like how I just said lit. That's pretty still popping, no?
I think maybe they used to be.
I mean, but
but
maybe not out there. But I mean, come on. I'm just
I don't know. But you know, she brings up a good point. That might have been
Might have
back
been.
in the day, and back in the day was probably only 3 months ago because it changes every 3 months.
I posted this thing on some DJ that I follow, and then some other guy before me had posted, "Oh, it's lit," and then he had a little fire thing and all these other words.
Is
and
that
then
why? Okay, what's the reason for the 100? I don't
They're
get
keeping
it.
it 100,
Al
keeping it
cien.
real, keeping
See,
it
I
Al
don't
cien.
even know that.
al
Damn, I'm
100.
old.
So then, but I said, look, I just want to say your music is cool. Nothing's on fire. I go, nothing's on fire or anything like that. But I like your beats, man. Good job.
You know, you just said right now that there's a lot of Cali guys in Denver or Colorado.
They bring loads to Denver.
Oh, okay.
Like they bring their loads over there. So like I've met a lot of drivers
Mm-hmm.
that live here that go out there and that'd be like, "Oh my God, I follow you on Instagram." And
Yeah.
I've had guys on the highway from California pull me, "Hey, pull over," and I'm like,
Yeah.
"What the hell are you doing?"
Yeah. Now, what really quick for the listeners and the viewers out there, when she says loads, she's talking about truck loads.
Loads.
Okay.
Yes, guys.
Just don't get it twisted. Okay.
Yeah.
So continue.
Gotta get the link. This is all about trucking.
Yeah.
Trucking.
But off the air we were talking, and you did say that there's more Californians that are migrating to Colorado and actually
yeah.
live out there. Not just truckers, but just civilian. You know,
People
in your
general.
industry,
My
civilians.
neighbors are all from California,
You're right.
and they just say it's too expensive here.
Right.
It is.
That
But I
and then-
did always hear that, like, oh, if I could move somewhere, it would be Colorado.
Yeah, no,
That
you
it's
hear it all the
beautiful.
time. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
beautiful, but it's getting too populated. It's way.
They don't
too
want us
populated.
there.
Not like
No, they
out
don't.
here.
They don't want us
No.
there.
They don't. But you know what?
Okay.
That's okay.
That's okay. I don't want to go
We're
there
gonna
anyway.
take them anyways
We'll just
because
go to
we're
visit.
California and we take anybody
We take
for whatever
anybody.
reason.
Yeah.
And then our freeways are all, congested.
Jammed
Yeah,
up.
exactly, right?
And now it takes me, before it used to take me 25 minutes to get to downtown LA, it takes me about an hour to get there.
Oh, yeah.
And now you need the fast track.
No,
I have to have the fast track
Yeah.
Oh, really?
now. Yeah.
I
You gotta pay for
keep
it.
messing up and want to get into the fast track and
It's easy, just online.
oh, okay.
Register when you get a chance.
What if I
Randomly.
get on it and I don't have a fast track? Or
If
I
they
get
take your
stuck?
Then
picture, it's a
they-
ticket.
Yeah, they'll take a
And-
picture and they issue you a ticket. Now, here's the thing for anybody out there listening and watching. If you were to get pulled over, if you got a ticket and you registered and went ahead and did your registration that you kept lagging on, but you're going to have to pay $55 or more for the fee, you can just log in, register your account, put your card information or your bank information, put in your cash deposit in there, and then that fee gets waived. Your ticket
Really?
fee,
I
it gets
take
it gets
you've been
waived.
through it?
Yeah,
I take
that's
you've
how I got
gone
started
through
on
it,
the fast
just
track.
saying.
That's helpful for the people that are listening. You know what else is helpful?
What's that?
Just get in it, and then when you see the cameras coming up, get out.
Oh, yeah. Until that cop sees you and pulls you over.
I know.
Pulls you over.
Yeah.
Exactly. But don't you have to have 3 people regardless?
No,
Oh, so it's
for
just
3
fast track.
people, it's free.
There's a switch on the fast track that you get.
Oh, really?
It says 1 person, 2 person, 3 people, or whatever.
But
so
even
and
the
so.
fast track gets filled
Sometimes,
Well,
but for the
now-
most part, no. I just cruise on or through. Like, when I cruise through like to Alhambra or something, when I
Oh,
go to
yeah.
work, I just cruise right through, and everybody's just waiting there, and I just kind of look at them. Before I used to
up.
look
How
and wave,
expensive
but now
is it?
just-
Are people that cheap that they don't want to get
It's
paid
$40.
a
and-
month?
No,
No, but the first they give you $40.
It's $40, but every time you cross a certain.
So you
like
it's
20
like prepaid, right? So you
25 to
put,
75
you put
cents.
money into it, and it would be like those prepaid debit cards,
Yeah,
right?
but every time you go like a certain amount of miles, it just like docks you.
Not miles.
No, it's every camera.
Every camera. Well,
but
it's the same
it
thing.
depends on what you switch it to also, right?
Yeah, if you have more than one passenger, most of the time like 2 or 3, then it allows you to go through that fast track. It'll register and it'll blink 2-3 times, and you cross for free. Now, if it's just one person, that's the person that has to pay.
Ah, okay.
So like when I'm cruising down there in the morning for work, I pay, but I only pay like $1, $1.75 or whatever it is.
I'm sorry. I'm
This
yawning
fast track
because
stuff
I'm
is
tired.
boring as fuck. I don't know why we're
No,
talking
no,
about that.
I'm sorry.
Seriously.
No, but it's been a long day for me.
Because I was actually going
tangents.
somewhere with the Colorado
Yeah.
talk, and then we just went off on
Tangents,
the
man. We were talking
Let-
about Little Mermaid.
Let's just do
earlier.
a hard out and then go back to what we were talking
Okay.
about.
Colorado.
Do you guys have fast track?
The migration.
I
Yeah,
think
you guys
that's-
have it.
Is that like the HOV line, I guess?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
we used to always call it. You know what? This is how old school I am. We used to call it the Diamond Lane.
the diamond lane.
Remember?
Yeah, because there used to be a diamond every.
Yeah, it is still there.
It
But
is
I'm
still
like,
there.
Yeah.
What does
Yeah.
HOV stand for?
I have no
High
idea.
occupant vehicle.
That's good. A lot
There
of people
you
say
go.
haul over vehicles. I'm like,
all
no.
over. I don't even
I had
know.
no
High
idea what it
occupancy
was for.
vehicle.
I still call it the Diamond Lane.
The diamond lane. It
It's
is
so
still
bad
there
the
still.
truckers, they like flip their plates, which I shouldn't be saying this,
Uh-oh.
but they flip their plates, boop, go through there, and then boop, flip it back.
You know,
because
I-
they have that
Yeah.
plate that flips.
Oh, nice.
On their
What?
trucks.
That's
yeah.
some Batman stuff right
That's,
there.
yeah, that's.
I
that's
used
so
to do it a
wild.
lot. I used to do it a lot because I had a new car license plate. So I was like,
Yeah.
no, I'm just gonna go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
It works.
You know what I used to do too? I used. I
How
don't know
to
why we're
do
still.
illegal things
We're still talking about
on
this.
the
but
highway.
101.
I used to.
We're never gonna get a sponsor like this.
Caltrans.
Hey, fast track, hit us up.
I used to have a little white box. I forget what it was for, but it looked like the transponder.
Yeah.
So I just put it in my window.
Oh man.
So if a cop came, it looked like I had it,
yeah.
and it worked.
No, I don't get that lucky.
I am having an interview with criminals.
No.
I'm
Uh-oh.
kidding.
Speaking of criminals or ex-criminals.
Brenda.
Brenda.
I'm just kidding. I'm just-
Guys, my mom's
Kidding.
watching.
Joking. The Colorado migration thing. Okay, we're just talking about that earlier.
Oh shoot.
Do you think how much of it do you think has to do with the legalization of marijuana? Because
Marijuana.
that
Oh
was
my God.
sanctioned way before it was sanctioned here in California.
Wait,
Yeah.
they can smoke marijuana there?
They were
Yeah, they were the
that
first.
was that was
They
the
were the
first one.
first.
They were the first
Oh,
ones
I
to
didn't
do
know
it.
that.
Yes.
Legally.
Legally.
It's
Right.
So
bad.
do you think after
That had
that
a
was when you guys
huge-
had that huge
Before
outbreak?
you could get anywhere, like in Colorado, the cities are like 15, 20 minutes apart. Now it's like from me, I live in Thornton. From
Yeah.
there to Colorado to Denver,
Yeah.
it's like before it was 15 minutes. Now it's like 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
There's just
Dang.
so many people there, and it's all because of the pot. But they're getting so strict on it because people are smoking and driving.
Is traffic worse?
Oh, it's.
I mean, like,
terrible.
accident wise, is it worse? Because I would think they'd just be like.
That was actually
"Yeah,
the
I'm
question that I
driving."
was going to ask you because I did get a question, a suggestion question from my wife. Right?
Yeah.
Shout out, Lily.
What's up, Lily?
She said,
Hey.
"Why don't you ask her about that? Exactly
Yeah.
what Israel said. Now, have you seen more accidents due to that because of the
Yeah,
marijuana?
there's like the DWAI, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Now people and with CDL drivers too, they're popping you drug tests all the time. Like
Yeah.
within the last 3 months, I've had 4 drug tests.
Wow.
It's
Wait.
bad.
You?
Your own dad's company?
No, I just started with my dad, but with the
Oh,
guy that I was
before.
driving.
Okay.
Oh,
now,
before.
it's so bad. Like there was accidents like crazy all the time now.
Yeah.
And there's people like
Those are random tests, not because
just
you were in an
random.
accident, just
No,
random
just
tests.
Yeah, no,
random.
truck drivers, every company can send you to a random, wherever you're at, you need to just stop
Really?
and go to a drug test.
And if
It's a
you
random.
don't do it, you have the option to quit.
yes.
Is it on their dime or do you guys have to pay for that?
It's
No,
on the company's
the
dime.
Oh, okay.
But the company has to apply through it's part of the like
CDL.
California, the California
That's
laws.
only-
or,
that
well
is-
here or whatever. It's part of the
Most states have it? Is that-
everybody has it, even
Oh.
California.
As long
Yeah.
as you have a commercial license.
As long as you have a
to drug
commercial
test.
license, yeah.
So not to get off topic of the weed stuff, but I see that a lot, especially here in Irwindale. There's a truck police, and he's not pulling anyone over. He's
Just trucks.
telling them to get over, and then he'll.
He's
do-
inspecting their trucks.
Oh,
It's called
okay.
an inspection.
Yeah, an inspection.
And it's just random to
It's
any
random.
truck.
Mhm.
And random. Every single truck has to have a 90-day inspection. When you have when you see the number on the side of the truck says CA and then a number, that means they're registered with the California Department of Transportation. So with that CA number, it requires you to do your health
Your
medical card. They have to carry a medical card, and meaning that they're going through physicals and everything. They're able to drive, and the truck drivers have to inspect their trucks, like a deep inspection every 90. It's a 90-day inspection. But the truck, that's when the police are on the scales, and that's when they stop you, and they just check any little thing, and they have to comply. They have to come. It's kind of like a fix-it ticket.
Yeah.
They have to come back and
this is
fix
every
it.
truck driver.
Every truck driver. Why do you think some guys want to avoid the scales? Sometimes
because they check your weight. They'll put you out of service just for a light out,
and they can put you out.
How
of
long?
service.
Like out of service, when you say that, it's
You
mean
can't
like
drive
hours?
anymore.
Oh shit!
Until you get it fixed, like a fix-it ticket, but you can't drive until you get it fixed.
That's like money out of your pocket.
Yeah, but every single day, the truck driver has to have a daily inspection, so they have to do a walkthrough around their truck.
Yeah, but that's their driver's responsibility.
The driver's responsibility, but it's a pre-check.
Are you pretty familiar with all these rules?
Oh, she has to be, right?
I have to be, because if not, if I get pulled over.
Did you have to be prior to becoming a trucker?
No.
Classes or anything?
No.
Wait.
You learn it as you do it, honestly.
Okay.
Like, there's 3 levels of inspection. There's the paperwork that they'll check, like, your paperwork where you're going. They check your weight, or they'll do, like, a full inspection. Well, they'll check your brakes, your lights, your turn signals, everything, literally. And
when do you have to give your blood sample?
My blood sample? Oh, I'm like, what?
What would be the reason for checking the weight?
You
Because
can't
you
be
can
overweight.
in Colorado you can be
you can't be over for the size of your truck, for the size of your rig,
what
or
you're hauling the load.
Oh, okay.
So like in Colorado, if you're on an interstate, you can only be at 80,000. If you're not on an interstate, you could be at 85. I don't know how it is here in California.
It's 80,000 here.
Yeah. So and if you get
including
caught,
the truck.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a big ticket. I had a friend who got a $5,000 ticket for being overweight.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's out of your pocket.
Yeah.
The companies won't pay that.
No, because you're loading. I mean, sometimes like when it comes to trucking companies who pick up loads for somebody else, they sometimes, I used to deal with it because I used to be a safety manager. So the company, we used to pick up a lot of loads from from the harbor. And always your 20-foot containers are usually the ones that they used to stuff the most. And those were definitely going to be always overweight. So I lived in the courthouses the bailiff like, see you tomorrow, Laura. Yep, I'll be here tomorrow. Because I had to take owner responsibility off the driver as the company. And then from there, go to the shipper and say, hey, this was overweight. And I need you to pay it now, because it's not going to be on ours. They're the ones who stuffed it back in China, and they knew it was overweight. Yeah. So, you keep passing the buck until it gets to the shipper, and the shipper should not have them overweight, period. But when it comes to her, their gravel, they need to check, I'm sure, that they're not, because she's there loading it up at that point.
You just got to know how much your truck weighs, and then, yes, for a certain time. If you take more like me, I'd load 26 tons, puts me right at 85,000. But that's because I know I'm not going on an interstate. But if you choose to be heavy, because, like, there's jobs that they pay you percentage of the load.
Right.
And if you decide to go over, then that's kind of your
little risk that you're taking on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. I've been overweight my whole life. Never got a ticket.
I've been overweight. I've been overweight. I got a lot of tickets.
You got a lot of tickets? Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. Brenda, you said, or actually, Laura, you did. You talked about Brenda's story about her mom. Is that something that you wanted to get into right now? Because I noticed your shirt that you had out there at the show that you're advertising.
Trucks,
yeah,
shirts.
That's a pretty cool shirt. I saw the design. You don't have one here to show today, right?
No, but I brought you guys some, and we left them at the
we'll show that on the video. Maybe we'll try to get it out there.
These shirts that anybody could buy?
Yeah.
But they're pretty cool, man. See, maybe somewhere like right here, you'll probably be able to see it when Israel displays it. So you'll see the shirt right here, and the design is pretty damn cool.
Or like right now. It'll be showing.
There you go. Why don't you elaborate a little bit more on that story?
Okay,
so it's the pink ribbon.
Yeah. So last year, we had got the news that my mom was diagnosed with cancer.
What kind of cancer?
She has it in la matriz. So it's
would be
uterus.
Yeah. So it was hard. Like, my mom's my best friend. We do everything together. I tell her all the time, Mom, you're my baby daddy, because she helped me through the whole thing with my daughter. But we got the bad news, and it's just, I guess in a way I want to raise awareness to girls that, like, they're not alone. Like, I have another friend who has the same cancer, but hers is more than hers is at stage 4.
Oh wow.
So hers is and she's my age.
Oh wow.
You know, and it's crazy because like when my mom got checked, my mom was like, well, you would think like going to the doctors isn't important. Like I hate going to the doctors.
Oh, we all do. Yeah, we all do.
You know, but it's important to get checked, you know,
Right.
and it runs a lot in the Hispanics for some reason. But it was weird. My mom just randomly went to go get checked and we found out she had cancer. And that's when I made the shirts because my mom was pre-diagnosed, no insurance will pick her up.
Wow.
So everything's been out of pocket.
Okay.
So the shirts that I made, like everybody in Colorado knows me as the Princess Trucker because I'm girly and I'm not boyish, I guess.
Yeah.
But the shirts I made for her, like, is to raise money for my mom.
All proceeds.
Everything's going towards my mom's medication, to any treatments she needs. Everything's going towards my mom.
Okay.
So
that's very important. Everybody should know this right now. We should all support you guys. Your.
Where can they find the shirts at?
I am having everybody contact me on Instagram, and then I just take their size and they PayPal me the money.
Right on.
Is it the same case out here in California too? If you're pre-diagnosed and you don't have insurance, they won't cover you either. Is that true?
In California?
Yeah, I mean,
you guys have Medi-Cal,
there's
right?
Medi-Cal that will cover, but they'll cover you like they'll cover certain
things,
certain doctors even. Like for example, you got what's that hospital down here, City of Hope, one of the best cancer facilities around. Most people don't have the money, the means, the insurance to go there.
They're very expensive.
Very expensive, but I mean it's top of the line. It's the best, you know.
Yeah.
Now you got to settle for something less now. If you don't have the right insurance, or if you have no insurance, then it's going to come out of the Medi-Cal. You know?
Yeah, and so you guys don't have Medi-Cal out there then.
No,
it's tough.
don't.
That's tough.
It is tough.
It's crazy.
And it's a weird thing because like with my mom, like I get really mad with the doctors because my she's 40 and they tell her, oh, well, you can fight it. And it's just like, God forbid. But it's like, really? Like, what are we going to wait till she's at, you know, and then do something?
Yeah.
But it's stressful and it's hard because like my mom's a single mom of 4. Now she's not because she's with my stepdad. But before, I just remember when we were little, we used to eat mac and cheese and ramen noodles all the time. Yeah. You know, and it's taught me a lot to be very humble and what it's like to earn $1.
Right, yeah.
So everything like I do everything I do now, I think of my mom and my daughter. Yeah. Like, and what the outcome's gonna be.
Now, how she's doing right now with everything?
She's doing good. She has her moments, you know, it's hard. Like, my daughter keeps her so busy. My daughter's the first grandbaby. Yeah. So my daughter's already telling me, Mom, I'm going to move with grandma. And I'm like, no, you're not. But she's doing good. Like, she finally's not doing treatments anymore. They're just doing medication. And in October, she's going to have a big surgery, and hopefully it'll all be gone. But we'll see, you know. Keep fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We definitely go out there and support.
Have her in our prayers.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Wow.
Good.
Yeah. It's tough.
That's how I met her.
Through that?
See, I didn't know she was like this Instagram sensation because, you know me, I don't know anything. I met her through her story, so that's why when, you know.
That's the story that you had on your art in your
newspaper?
The magazine.
What issue was it? Just a few months ago. July's issue of Truck Club. We had it. I'm going to put it back again for the October 15, which I'm guessing it's this one coming up maybe. Next one, September 15th to October 15th. Yeah. So it'll be at Trucking for Kids.
Same article?
Yeah. I'll do the same article. I have 3 publications.
There you go.
You know, we can recycle.
Of course not.
Yeah,
of course not.
Well, some people pick up Truck Club and some people pick up El Troquero. I don't know why they would want to pick up El Troquero for. Because of the models, maybe.
Probably.
You
would think so.
Oh, you think? Yeah.
You know? See the models, oh, girl.
We're going to throw Brenda on there on the front cover.
There you go. You know,
her mother would kill her.
It's funny with the models.
No, my mom would be like, get it, girl. Ándale, échale ganas. Now my dad would be like, you need to put some clothes on.
She's like, es mi turno.
Maybe we'll put you guys on it.
Hey, we had...
Izzy will... You know what?
He said he'll do it. I mean, he's got no butt, but he'll do it.
I'll be May. For my birthday.
May?
He's already even picking his own.
I was like this. I was like waving the Gavilancillo.
Yeah.
So for him to announce it.
Yeah.
And he go, what did he say? He's like, oh, there he is, the GQ model right there, holding up. I was like, oh no.
But he's already picking the month. You know, it doesn't just because you're in
Oh,
a
you
Troquero
guys-
newspaper doesn't mean you're gonna make the calendar.
Oh.
Don't get it twisted.
Oh,
Damn.
yeah.
You know what?
Talking about
That's a
the
good question.
calendar.
How does that work? How do you select the models and the months? Is there a rhyme to the reason, or is you just kind of let's go? Así nomás.
You gotta have a butt.
Can I have September, please? It's my birthday.
You see what I mean? You see
Do
what I
you
mean?
get that? Like, I mean, how is it that you know?
I get ugly when I pick models. You know that? I'm like one of those that before I was like, no, she's not pretty. No, she doesn't have a butt. No, she doesn't have boobs. It's sad that I talk like you guys, but if if the girl's not pretty and we're seeing the screens, I'm like, focus on her boobs. Because her face is not, not
Damn.
too cute.
What are you trying to
sad. And I'm like,
trying
and
to
I looked
say?
at myself like,
I looked through that calendar. I was like, she looks very smart.
I bet you got a
Actually,
big brain.
Actually, 3 girls that you had right there.
They're all in college and stuff and
Yes.
going to nursing.
Cecilia's she's gonna be a nurse.
Oh wow, that's good for her.
Aaliyah, I don't know. I know she worked for the Kings, right? She used
I
to
don't
work
know.
for the ice.
Oh yeah,
The
yeah.
ring.
She was talking
Ice
about
Girls.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
about
so she
auditioning
works for the
and all
Kings or
King
something
stuff.
like that. And Ruby, actually the younger one, she came to my truck show like about 2 years ago, and it
Yeah.
happened to be walking. If you catch me, you catch me. But I happened to be walking in the front of the gate, and her and her mother were there, and And at that moment, Renee said, "Hey, these people want to talk to you real quick." And she says, "Oh, I was wondering if I can be a troquero model."
Yeah.
And I looked at her and I said, "Okay, yeah, she's pretty." But at that moment, you know me, I'm just like running around.
Right.
I said, "Here's my card. Call me later." And apparently her dad's a truck driver.
Wow.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, and that's how she became one of our models. But she's actually, I see her on Instagram on Fashion Effects. She's
turning it up.
Yeah, she's turning it up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's doing her thing.
She's doing her thing.
That's good for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
I
good.
used to be a
my
model.
girls are not dumb. All my girls are pretty and they're smart. All my girls.
Huh.
They're not. Yes, they are.
Huh. I used to be a model back in the day.
Like the ones that aren't there anymore, maybe that's one.
Okay, those. Yeah. Okay, we won't talk about those.
Oh wait! Oh, you have something on your
I
nose.
have something on your
Little,
nose.
white.
I didn't know that. Yeah. So it was only like once or twice. She was a little loopy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's okay. I mean,
How much of your business do you think is driven through the models? Percentage.
let's be honest.
Yeah.
The guys, the truck drivers, and you know who you are, and pretty much the majority of them, you're gonna act like you don't pick up El Troquero newspaper.
Right.
You know what I mean? I understand you have wives, and I've gotten the crazy calls from wives, left voicemails on my office. Oh yeah. What are you selling? Trucks or whores and stuff like
Trucks
that? Yeah.
or tits?
And you hear the kids already crying in the back. I'm like, yeah, we got a bitter wife right here. But the fact is that, I mean, it's done so that you can pick up the magazine, but all I want you to do is look at the ads.
Yeah.
And call
Yeah.
my customers. I'm not here looking, I don't want you guys looking at the model the whole time. But I think some of them are embarrassed to pick it up,
Yeah.
which is, it's common. I mean, it's okay. Because I've sat at truck stops and watched them, and I see them picking up picking up truckers' water, and then they grab the newspaper, they roll it up in a little ball, and they shove it in their back pocket. You know who you are. But, and it's funny because actually even other people have told me that.
Yeah.
It's like they just grab it, roll it up, and shove it in their pocket.
Oh man.
But it's okay, you don't have to be embarrassed, but it's
Yeah.
okay. We understand. But I mean, the thing is that the magazine is out there for you guys to have a resource for,
Yeah.
truck sales, insurance, permits,
Yeah.
and everything like that. That's the only reason.
Cool.
Not because of the models.
Oh. But the models.
No, but the drivers like the calendars, the 2000.
Oh yeah.
They like
We
and
actually-
you know what? The past 2 years we actually started putting the pictures of the trucks actually because we didn't do that before.
Oh, on the Troquero newspaper.
In the
calendar?
in the calendar. You
Oh,
know
on
how
the
it has
calendar.
a little top part. It has a truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we never
Yeah.
used to do that before. In the past probably 2 or 3 years we've been doing it, and I think it's something that's
I
them
noticed that a
props.
lot.
Yeah.
I noticed that a lot. A lot of the people that came and bought were like, "Oh, could I get you to sign this month?" And they're like,
Yeah.
"That's not me." Oh, but that's my truck.
that's the
So
truck.
it was pretty cool.
Have
Yeah.
you
But their
noticed?
truck wasn't.
Have you noticed a change the last from the last 2 events? Because you've been selling calendars as opposed to the Polaroids. Remember when we used to do Polaroids?
Oh man, can you remember that?
You know that
When
old
we used
school.
to like old school, we used to actually have a little machine.
Oh no.
To take the picture.
Before that,
Oh,
bro.
man,
Before
was
that, we had
crazy.
Polaroid cameras, the ones that you actually took pictures
Yeah.
like this, and it's like,
Oh,
don't
sorry.
shake it, just wait.
Just wait. No, we were. I mean, we've.
And then we got the
evolved.
printer. Then we got the
Then
printer.
we got the printer, which took
digital
forever.
camera. Yeah, that was a mess.
Digital camera. We had to take the disc out, put it. Oh man, we've evolved.
Wow.
We
Yeah.
have evolved.
But it's just better this way. I mean, you
Yeah.
don't have to deal with the headaches of the cameras, the batteries, charging
Yeah.
them. And now it's just everybody's digital, so they
But
take a
everybody
picture,
wants to take their own
selfie.
pictures and
Right.
selfies
Yeah.
and stuff, so it doesn't.
It's just kind of better. But have you seen a change as far as like
Well, this year you noticed that we didn't do posters this time,
no?
so it was
which is
actually the
pretty
girls.
good, I think. Well, I don't know.
I
My
think-
opinion. The calendar is what sells, right?
Yeah, but the thing is that it's gonna be a little more difficult for me because, you know, that I have my favorites. You know, I mean, my girls who are very, you know, that work with me and they like working the show and you know, because it's hard to get girls with personalities and that are gonna be bubbly and be nice to people and stuff like that. But that means I would have to get new girls every year because those 12 new girls will be in the 2020 calendar.
Right.
So now to get them to work, you know, or it's kind of hard, you know.
Mm.
But if I wanted like Cecilia back to work my next year's show or Ruby back, I'd have to reshoot them again to be in the next calendar again.
Right.
And I don't know if drivers want to see the girls again and say, "Oh no, we already saw her before."
You know,
That's why I need
I can
your
attest. I
opinion.
can attest to that because there's a lot of the guys that come in and they'll say, "Hey, what happened to this one? She's not there anymore."
Okay.
So
There
they
was
do
a
come in
lot
and
of
they
that.
ask for the
Specific.
Ones again.
specific ones. Yeah. So
Okay.
There was that.
they do
yeah.
have their favorites, and actually that's the way it works. I mean, you can tell that you have that fame and you've grown it because you're an individual and everybody likes to see you. So now here's an idea: if you were to ever throw Brenda in one of those, can you imagine the sales on that one, on that calendar?
I know. Well, that's up
Think
to
about
her.
it.
That's
Why
up
are
to
you
her.
blowing our secrets? Why are you telling our secrets?
Top Secret 2019. I was even offering to sign it.
We're gonna make you a special hot pink speedo,
For the
and it's gonna say.
I'm working. Hey, I'm working on it.
Okay.
I'm in diet regimen.
He's doing it.
But
He's
You
doing
think
it.
Maybe
you'll
I'll
make
be
it into
ready-
a thong?
I think he can, but I don't. I think it might be loose.
A C string.
C string.
It goes to this.
It's gonna be caught to the side.
Well, we
Oh,
popped your
man.
cherry today on the truck shows.
It was
Izzy.
it was fun. Thank you for inviting me to volunteer. I enjoyed it.
It was
It
great.
was hot, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was hot.
Yeah.
I was having him hold my fruit. I was all, here, you
Yeah,
want
yeah,
some?
yeah.
Nice.
I was like, I can't have fruit.
But it looked good. You were
Oh, it
staring
looked
at
bomb
it.
for real.
You know, the lunch truck didn't show up today. I had another
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, he didn't show up and didn't bother calling me. So you know, when things like that start going wrong, you're like, oh God, you got to keep your cool, you know,
Yeah.
and figure and think, you know.
No,
Yeah,
on
you
your
jumped
feet.
on
You-
it pretty
you-
quick.
Yeah, you were
I
stressed.
mean-
You looked stressed out, but you took care. You got into action, and like you said, you jumped on it real quick.
Yeah.
And we had a truck out there by what time was it? 11:30 or
It was like
Yeah,
an
I
hour
think
later.
so.
Yeah.
He was
An
there.
hour later.
he
Yeah, it
was
an
there,
hour later.
ready to go.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, Marcos,
the hot dog guy.
Mr. Hot Dog,
Mm-hmm.
is it Mr. Hot Dog?
Mr. Hot Dog, yeah.
Yeah.
When the new guy, what's his
He
name?
ran out of food.
He was like, I got 7. Wait, who did?
The hot
The
dog
hot dog guy.
Yeah,
he ran out.
he told me, he's like, I got 7 more left, and that's it. I'm
Oh
done.
my goodness.
Thank God he came, right?
Right
Just
on
in
time.
time.
Right on time.
As soon as he got there, he sold his last one, and he's ready to go.
Yeah,
That line was out
big
there
props
forever.
to Mr. Marcos because he hooked it up
He
with
did.
the Mexican food truck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
right on.
I would have been stressing out
Yeah.
at that point. I was about to go grab the street tacos, you know, and bring them in because it was gonna be I mean,
It's crazy.
a lot of things happened. Like the day before, you know, the regular MC girl Sandra, she said, you know, she had an emergency, she couldn't come. It was at 10:30, so it's just like jump on it,
Yeah.
Paola, because she's very bubbly, and she said, okay. I had 2 people cancel on me. I had another person cancel on me
Yeah.
the day. Then the food vendor didn't come. I'm just like, can anything else go wrong at this point? But you know what? I mean, it all worked out, I guess.
Now, well, after all those trials and tribulations, what's the end outcome here?
I'm not going to say that I'm completely happy with the turnout.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Everybody tells me it turned out great, because they don't hear like all the stuff that went on and all the troubles. I wish it would have gone a little more smoothly, but if nobody noticed it, and then
that's the thing.
But let me tell you, I gotta give you props, bro, man. You're my right hand, and so is Rudy, and so are you today. You guys helped me out, the new guy.
Yeah.
But I truly appreciate you guys helping me out.
Oh, you gotta. I mean, we're always there to help out, like always. But there's a lot of people. It's not just one person. It's not just 3 or 4. There's everybody. It's a big team. They all do it. From Javi.
Oh, Javier, the guy that works for me. He's cleaning out.
I mean that guy's always hustling.
All over. He's hustling everywhere. My sister's friends, they had 4. She had 4 of her friends. My best friend, Blanca, Celine.
Lydia came out.
That's
Lydia
what I saw. I saw a big
Erica.
Rotation of just. People,
these are all my good, my friends.
Laura's company. It's they're not all family, but it's a family-oriented business, and it's probably gonna stay that way. And that's the reason why she's so successful.
Yeah.
Well, my dad was there too, but it's funny because all the exhibitors are like, your dad skipped out. I'm like, yeah, I already know. He skips out by 11 o'clock because that man will not miss his tennis.
His golf.
His tennis.
Oh,
he plays tennis. But it's funny because he actually went and spoke to all the exhibitors. He's like, wow, people recognize me and people remembered me because he was an operations manager many moons ago. But the exhibitors are telling me, your dad just came by. He skipped out on you. I said, yeah, I know. Listen, this is not news to me. Yeah. But, he sent me a text and he says, you did such a great job. Love you. And, I'm all right. Enjoy your tennis. See you later. Nice. So tough day. It's done and over with. We'll see you till next year.
There you go.
Let me get my color back. And thank you for Brenda for coming out.
Yeah.
And thanks for everything, man.
Well, I think to wrap this show up right here, if Brenda, if you want to go ahead and say something that you want to get off your chest or something,
where do you get your shirts?
Maybe somebody, just throw some plugs out there, or maybe even something that you want to tell that young little girl like your sister out there that's following you right now and is inspired and motivated by you. Maybe you want to give them a message right now.
Well, first thing I want to do is I want to thank Laura for having me at her show because it was so much fun. Even though you think it didn't come out good, it came out great. And I just want to thank Laura for getting my name out there, and thanks to Laura, I've raised a lot of money for my mom, and, the battle's not over, but I do want to thank you a lot, and I'm truly blessed. Like I tell all the time, I'm blessed I met you, and it's weird because we never knew each other, but we clicked, and we talk all the time. I'd be like, this, and she
Is this the first time you guys met? Like,
yes.
person?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
But other than that,
she's always calling me, Laura.
I'm like, Laura, I need advice, okay? I'm having issues.
I'm the mother hen of the trucking.
But I appreciate everything you've done for me, Laura. And to any woman or any girl that wants to be a trucker, you can do it. Set your mind to it. It's going to be hard at first. Nothing comes easy. Yeah. But once you accomplish it, it's such an amazing feeling. Like, I owe everything that I have done to my mom. Like, she quit her job to watch my daughter. My mom stays home and watches my kid. And some girls may not have what I have, but you know what? Everybody has their battles, and don't ever don't give up. Don't give up. Like, I've had girls write me from California, can you teach me how to drive? I wish I could help everybody. I really do, but I can't. Right. But it's just don't give up. Like, just because there's some girls that your husband tells you can't do it. Do it. I've had my stepdad tell me I couldn't do it. Don't give up. If somebody really wants to be with you or loves you, they'll support anything you want to do. So don't be a quitter.
Yeah.
Don't be
100%.
Don't be a quitter.
And where can we all get your
and my shirts, if you guys follow me on Troquera B on Instagram.
Isn't it _Troquera _B?
Oh, yes. Sorry, Mom. Troquera _B. You guys can shoot me a message in my DM. Yes, people do still say that.
I just remember DM meant.
Oh, my God.
I remember.
We'll put your what is it, a tag?
You see, you don't.
Yeah.
I don't even know. We'll put your name.
Hashtag.
No, your Instagram.
We'll tag you. Yeah, tag you. Yeah.
No, in the video we'll put it.
Yeah. We'll do all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could just send me. like, sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm like so falling asleep.
It's all right.
But just you can send me a message, and then shirts are going for $35. I just charge $5 extra just for the shipping.
Right. Yeah.
But
In California, don't get crazy and go.
Yeah, I had one guy that I mailed him his shirt. His shipping was like $24.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I was like, holy.
Was it in Hawaii?
Canada.
That's gotta go through customs.
Yeah. But
he
you know,
supported.
Yeah.
but
That's
to
good.
everybody else who has purchased the princess gear, I want to thank every single one of you guys because it's helped out a lot.
There you
And
go.
It's crazy because I never thought men would wear pink.
Oh no, you'll
But-
be surprised.
Yeah.
Especially when it's for a good cause, though.
Yeah.
You know, if they
Yeah.
hear your
Yeah.
story and they know your story.
Yeah.
You know, that's really good and that's special.
Yeah.
So, I mean, nowadays we got a lot of I mean, look at this guy. He's drinking a Bang energy drink here. No sponsorship, but if you want to, if you're interested, hit us up on our DM.
That's why I didn't put it that way.
And he's got the pink ribbon on there right now.
Yeah,
You know,
is
so
that an energy drink?
it is, but
It's not good.
that is
But
0
it's a good
calories. This is a
It's
good
the
one.
healthy version.
This is the healthy one.
Yeah, no.
Look it up, research it. We did our research already. Or we had someone do it for us.
It's good.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, thanks a lot. Thank
Thank
you guys
you
for
for-
joining us
You're
here
welcome.
tonight.
Thank you for having
We
us.
appreciate it.
how did you guys get this?
You know what? This just
You,
tells me that
wait. That
do not-
tells us that you don't watch
you
our
don't
show.
watch our show because we had a gentleman here on our show by the name of Jason Hernandez, aka
Never mind.
Pumbaa, and he's a sculpture
He's
artist.
actually an old friend of
And
Fitty's.
he does a lot of the
You know what though? This is the worst part. What is your brother
Andres.
Andres? Always helped us out in my truck show.
Yeah,
He calls me, and I have his number here.
yeah.
I never knew he was your brother.
Are you serious?
I swear.
Oh shoot!
Oh my god.
Hey, wait! You have to watch Tuesday's show also because we mentioned you. He says, "Oh yeah, Laura said have Ishmael come."
I know. And this morning I was actually saying, is his name Ismail? Or is his name Israel?
You see what I mean?
yeah.
I get it. I get
I was
everything
gonna say
but
Izzy.
Israel.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
But I did
Izzy's
say
Izzy's
Israel.
Izzy.
yeah,
after.
Izzy's cool. Yeah.
Izzy and Fitty. That's like
Fitty,
the
Easy
easiest
show.
way.
Yeah,
So,
but I did not know he was
That's
your brother.
funny.
Wow.
And this was like after I did the podcast with
Yeah.
you guys. He called me because he heard about the Wholesale magazine and
Oh,
how
the
I'm going to
mayoral,
go to
yeah.
China in October. And he wanted to, ask me some questions about it.
yeah.
And I'm like, how'd you get? He's out with Fidel. He's like, he's my brother. I'm like, all these years, 10 years.
That's funny. You know what?
Isn't that weird?
Like most people, they always say when they see us together, they always say, "Oh, you guys are brothers, right?" And then they always ask, "Oh, is he the older one?" And they always,
Really?
they
And
think
who is the
they
older
think
one?
I am.
I remember he had the boot camp and he put me through hell a few times. Obviously, it didn't work, but because I didn't go back. And I remember that. And then I put 2 and 2 together. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Still didn't. No. Well,
that's
Yeah,
the
no,
brother.
That's the brother. There you
Shout
go.
out. to
That's
Andres.
how it
Shout out to
always
Andres.
goes, though.
Yeah.
Like, my brother's like 6'4", and they're like, "Oh, is that your older brother?" Nope, that's the little one.
Yeah.
Little one.
Oh, he just had more stress ever since
I never
That's another
get.
podcast.
I
but he had
never
more
get that
stress.
because I
Oh,
look
really?
so
Yeah.
young.
Yeah.
I never get that.
'Cause
I'm
you look
always
so
like,
young?
Yeah.
Says who? Anyways, we've been trying to wrap
Thank
this
you.
show up for the
All
last
right,
5
let's
minutes.
go.
So
Because we're going to go home.
Thank
I've been
you.
up since 5:30.
yeah.
Thank you. Thanks
Thank
for
you,
coming
guys.
on the show. We'll put all your information out
Of course.
there.
Yeah.
Anything?
No,
for
that's
listeners?
it. Hey, you guys tune in. Thanks a lot.
Tune
Click
in.
the
Bye.
subscribe button, share, review, all that good stuff. You guys know.
Later, guys.
All
Bye.
right, bye.